They shouted, they threatened to cut off his money, and they tried to introduce him to wealthy women from rich families. But Thomas refused to listen. He told his parents that his heart belonged to Evelyn, and nothing would ever change that. When Victoria realized she couldn't break her son's will, she decided to break Evelyn instead. She used the one thing she knew Evelyn cared about more than anything else, her family. Standing at the rainy train station, Evelyn looked down at the money in her hands. She didn't want the gold. She hated it. But she loved Thomas too much to let his parents ruin her innocent father and brothers. With a broken heart, she stepped onto the train. Before she left, she had written a short, cold note for Thomas and left it on his desk. I don't love you anymore. I realized our worlds are too different, and I found someone else who can give me the life I want. Do not look for me. When Thomas walked into his apartment that evening and found the note, something inside his soul completely broke. He didn't believe it at first. He laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke. He ran out into the pouring rain, his heart pounding in his chest. He drove like a madman to her tiny apartment, but when he knocked on the door, the landlord told him she had packed her bags and left hours ago. He called her phone over and over, but a cold, mechanical voice told him the line was disconnected. He went to the coffee shop, but the manager told him she had resigned that morning. Thomas returned to his parents' mansion, wet from the rain, his eyes wild with panic. He begged them for help, asking them to use their connections to find her. But his mother only smiled softly, sipping her tea. She was never one of us, Thomas, Victoria said, her voice filled with a fake, gentle pity. She took a shortcut to a better life. She probably found a wealthy man who could give her what she wanted immediately. Forget her, my dear. She was never worth your tears. Thomas tried to forget. He tried to do what his parents wanted. He returned to law school, he attended the family dinners, and he walked through the grand halls of the mansion. But the silence in his heart grew louder and heavier every single day. He stopped smiling. The bright, laughing young man who used to tell jokes and fill the house with energy was gone. He became a ghost, walking through life without really being there. 2 years passed, and Thomas's silence turned into a deep, dark shadow. He graduated at the top of his class, but when his father proudly offered him a top position at the family's multi-million-dollar law firm, Thomas didn't even